Definitely the first time, just because of the shock and the situation. I feel like second time, my experience with my second son was actually like the birth aspect of it was very positive in comparison.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit, but with postpartum aspect, I hit postpartum hard the first time around. Hard. I mean, like, I've had issues. I think that that really messed me up, not only for that particular time, but for life. And I still, like, full disclosure, like, I still get triggered by like really pregnant women. And I'm jealous when I see them. I'm like, "Ah, man, like, you get to have that." Whereas
Mm-hmm.
I gave birth at a time when people didn't even know that I was pregnant. Like, some people
Mm.
just thought that I ate two extra sandwiches in the morning like that. So like not that I resent that, but it just affected me way differently the first time than when it did the second time. Because once you go through it the first time, like even though my son ended up in the NICU again, my second son, I had like that faith in the doctor and the nurses that they were going to do their best. Also, knowing that he was 35 weeks and not 27, that's a big difference. So the issues that he had to face were completely different than my little guy. So, it was an experience where like you know what you're going into. It still sucks. It's not easy, but at least like you know what to expect. So there's always that in the back of your mind
Mm-hmm.
telling you that like, look, this is temporary. Like nothing lasts forever. Just give it a few weeks. He's going to be fine. Whereas the first time around, you had no idea whether he was going to be fine, whether this was going to be a permanent or temporary thing, or like what was going to happen. So that whole like unknown aspect of it really took a toll on me mentally, I think. And of course, we kind of touched up on this, but like not going back to work as somebody who's worked my entire life, like from the age of 16, like
Mm.
we've moved to America when I was 12. I got a job as soon as I could and I hustled my way through like every single day since that time. For
Mm-hmm.
me to not work was excruciating because that was part of my identity. Like I needed to be social. I needed to go to work. I needed to teach. Like I needed to do all these things and I couldn't. So that took a toll because my life was not mine. It was my son's. And because of that, my whole entire identity was not me anymore. And I had a really hard time adjusting to that new Anna versus the Anna that was, before my son was born. It was a really tough time.
I think I'm still figuring it out. I can totally relate. Like my whole like everything was based off of like productivity.
Hmm.
Like I got to throw out of writing a list, executing that list every day, like, and that's how I got towards my goals. And like,
You
and
sound
part
like
of it
me.
is, yeah, like part of it is conditioning though. I grew up in a household where like my mom was self-employed, my dad worked a 9 to 5, but he still co-owned a business with my mom. And so like they were heavy from the time we were kids, whether it was sports, education, business, whatever. It was just like execute, 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 execute.
Hmm.
It's like ingrained in me, right? And then I have a baby and I have all these projects and stuff, like films that I've shot that I have not finished editing, like in just in general, like not working out, just like all everything you can think of that's like productive, that is just no. Like whatever you thought you was about to do today, no.
Came to a screeching halt. Yeah.
It's at a complete halt and it's not happening. And not only is it not happening, like you can't even really be, I think it's the fact that you can't be mad that it's not happening too. Like that's a whole nother layer of like, because yes, number one priority is the baby.
And the baby depends on you for literally survival, like
Everything.
everything.
Like,
Everything.
and I don't know why I didn't understand that, but like I did not understand that. And we love our husbands, partners, whatever, right? But like at the end of the day, it is mommy
At the end
because
of the day, he's laying there with his useless nipples, staring at you.
like,
Like,
like
do
what are
something,
you
dude. Dude it.
what and
Come
then, like
on.
what are you doing? No, but it's also scientific though. Like you get what I'm saying? There's actual science behind like why they're going to come to us, and this is like regardless of age, they're gonna come to us first. Usually for majority of things, they look for us. They look at our reaction when something happens. She's looking at me to see how I'm going to respond, so she can determine how she's going to respond. And like I've never been in a position where I had somebody who was 100% dependent on me for everything. Like, you can't get up because you can't walk. You can't wipe your butt. You can't figure out how to eat. I need to teach you how to sleep. That is so intense for somebody like probably like yourself too, who's so independent and
Hmm.
like not used to having some like that was wild. And I think I'm still trying to figure out that transition. And like I think I'm trying to find the new scribe or the new Kennedy. Like, who is that? I think
It's gonna
it
take some time, all in
I'm only
honesty.
3 months
Like,
in. So
yeah, girl, just wait till those sleep regressions hit.
no, I feel like I'm going through one. She's not sleeping tonight. She's not sleeping
They
tonight.
say they say 3 months, 6 months, it's like a year, 18 months, and we've hit all of them. And it was like nightmares because my first son was a horrible sleeper. Luckily, my second one was a good sleeper, but the first guy, he would just want mommy, he would want the binky, he would want the milk, he would want to be held. And we had to sleep train him, and I like broke my heart, but like we had to do it because I am one of those people, maybe like your husband, who's like who needs sleep. I need my sleep. If I don't get my sleep, I'm going to murder someone or just not be a very nice person the next day. So that really took a toll on me too, because I would wake up and I would be extra snappy with everybody around because of the fact that I wasn't getting sleep. And that's something that people don't tell you. Like, the crappy advice on the internet, it's like, sleep when baby sleeps. Like, are
When?
you kidding me? Give me a freaking break. Like, please. Really? Who's doing the laundry? Who's making the food? Like, who's doing all the other stuff? Baby's
By
not
the
doing
time
it.